Just a moment. Okay, so I'm recording this call here. So let's get right to it. First of all, good morning, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. This is our 30 days to a small summit detox. This is our full overview. Over our agenda here is going to be very simple. Go over what to eat, what not to eat, how much we need to purchase at the grocery store. So you can go right into this weekend or right after this call or sometime tomorrow and go grocery shopping so you can have all the information that you need here, okay? So let's go ahead and answer the first question. What in the world can I eat over the next 30 days here? Okay? So let me go ahead and I'm going to go over what I call first the enjoy list, okay? So let me zoom in on it. Now just zoom in and boom, there we go. So first of all, we know that we still want to follow the same guidelines that we've been following as far as 1 carb, 1 protein, 1 fat, 1 veggie. So if you don't have something to write with, go ahead and grab something, or you can put these notes in your phone here. Let's go ahead and go over. We're going to go ahead and make our menu right now of exactly what we're going to be eating. We're going to start everybody with a lunch item here. Go ahead and start with lunch. So just go ahead and put that down, lunch protein. We're going to pick a protein for lunch here. Now, if you'll look to the top right portion here, we're choosing from, well, it won't let me highlight it here. Let me annotate, spotlight, okay. Right over here, you can see starting here where it says cage-free eggs, free-range chicken and turkey, grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish. So these are primary proteins that I want to choose from, or that I'll be choosing from over the next 30 days. So out of these few right here, I want you to go ahead and select one of these proteins. All right. So you got cage-free eggs, or just eggs, free-range chicken and turkey, grass-fed beef. Now, a little side note here on the, let's see where I'm at here, on the meats, and that, yep. So on the meat, I'm getting to that on the eggs. On the meats here, okay, one of the things here that I'm gonna go ahead and point out on the avoid list, you'll see where it says processed meats. If you don't know what a processed meat is, here's a very easy example. Many of us have seen in Walmart or Sam's where they have pre-cooked turkey sausages. And very simply, we all know how long those turkey sausages could probably sit there, probably months on end, before they might even take them off the shelf, right? But we can all go to the butcher section in Walmart or Sam's and we see fresh meat. We all know that that fresh meat is only going to sit there about a week before it goes bad because it's not processed, it's made fresh. That's the difference between a processed meat versus a non-processed meat or fresh meat, okay? So when you see something like, so specifically things that are fresher, like your saran wrap, stuff like that, those are the meats that we primarily want to choose from. So when it says grass-fed beef, that's really what it's talking about. And if you shop at Sam's or Walmart, it'll actually say on the package, it's green, it says grass-fed beef. Grass-fed beef. So just the FYI there. But to be honest with you, that's what I've been doing instead of turkey sausage, okay, because I kind of wanted to get a head start to work out any kinks. I actually went to the store, just got grass-fed beef and had that as a made it into a patty and just had that as my breakfast protein. So you can do that as your lunch or dinner protein as well. And somebody asked me, what is free-range chicken mean? Pretty much it'll actually say on the, well, free-range just simply means chickens that are not in a coop per se, or because sometimes they make chickens and they put them in a bad environment. So they're pretty much walking around in their poop and stuff all the time. And that's what makes for bad chicken, because it gets all of the chicken. And then you kill the chicken and you eat the chicken, and that's what you eat. So long story short, there on the free range part of that, it'll actually say on there, it'll say free range chickens. Okay. Now I want to also go to this, make this very clear from the get-go too as well. As far as what we'll be eating, eat only these items on this list. Don't change it. Don't change it. Because if you change the variables, you change the result. Okay. So these are the only items that we'll be sticking with. Okay. So if it's not on the list, just avoid it for the next 30 days. Okay. So everybody by now should have picked up their lunch protein. Let's go ahead and pick out a dinner protein as well. Go ahead and pick yourself out a dinner protein. You can do the same thing, or you can do something different if you would like. I'm a type of person that I can do the same thing for lunch and dinner every day. It does not bother me one bit. But if you're a person that says I would like some variety, by all means, go ahead and do that. Now, lastly, let's go ahead and pick a breakfast protein as well. Let's go ahead and pick a breakfast protein as well. Now, if you're a person that's not eating meat, we'll get to you in just a second. Okay, but for those of you that are eating meats here, go ahead and pick your breakfast protein from those items we talked about. Okay, everybody should have by now done that. Okay, so for those of you, the non-meat eaters out there, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, of course. So your proteins are primarily going to come from down in this bottom section here where it says legumes and seeds, like ground flax, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds. That's primarily where your proteins are indeed going to come from. Okay, that's where your proteins are going to come from. So I give an example of this. If you've never heard of ground flaxseed, it's a brown, almost looks like brown sugar. Okay, almost looks like brown sugar. And you can put it in different nut milks, like almond milks and different things like that, which I'll talk about here in just a moment too as well. You will not taste it at all. You're not going to taste it because it has zero taste. You'll know it's in there because you can see it, but you won't be able to taste it. Okay, so that'll be your primary source of protein for your breakfast proteins. Okay, for those of you that did not order supplements too as well. Okay, now let's go ahead and pick us out some green veggies to go along. Let's go back to our lunch here. Let's go ahead and pick out us some green vegetables here. Now, on the green vegetables, if you look to the top left corner here, it says dark leafy greens like kale, spinach, arugula, and non-starchy vegetables. So essentially, that part of this detox is not going to change. Your broccoli, your asparagus, your Brussels sprouts, and such, those things are not going to change. So go ahead and pick you out a green vegetable for lunch and dinner. Pick out a green vegetable for lunch and dinner. Just giving you a few seconds to do that here. Again, let me just run down the list here of those for those of you that may be struggling to have some variety with that. You got your, hold on just a second, pull up my full list here. All right, so I'm gonna just run off a quick list of some green vegetables for you guys. You got artichokes, asparagus, bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, celery, cucumbers, green beans, kale, lettuce, mustard greens, spinach, turnips, and zucchini. Okay. And zucchini. All right, so now that we've chosen a veggie for breakfast and for lunch and dinner, let's go ahead and choose one for breakfast too as well. Now, for those of you that ordered the supplements that have those, you have the greens coming already. That's an easy way you can do that. Or, cucumbers, spinach leaves, you can put with your eggs, of course. That's obviously a big common one. But go ahead and pick out a breakfast veggie as well. And then once you do that, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves going back to lunch again. Let's go ahead and pick up our carbs here. Now in the carb section, we're going to start here where it says sweet potatoes. Here are all your carb choices over the next 30 days. I got sweet potatoes, yams, turnips, organic green apples, organic berries and cherries, lemons and limes. All organic fruits are okay if you're exercising, which we all are. Okay, so any of these options here are going to be okay. And if you also look here to the bottom left, you have quinoa, you have oats. It said, now on your oats must be labeled gluten-free. I'm actually going to let me go grab my oats here and show you guys a picture of exactly what it looks like. So give me just about 10 seconds here. All right, and feel free to ask questions in the chat for everybody as well, just FYI on that. So let me stop my share here just for a moment so y'all can see this. Okay, all right, so I bought these from, I bought these in Corner Market, but they also have them at Walmart too as well. These are Bob's Red Mill Organic Old Fashioned Oats. Okay. Again, you can buy them at they don't have them at Sam's. You can buy them at Walmart or Corner Market. Those are primary places I shop. I doubt Target might have it, but just so you can see that as well. Okay, these are okay. This is what I have for breakfast. I actually have a bowl right here. Also, too, as well, just to give you guys another visual, this is something you can buy from Sam's too as well. Seeds of Change, organic quinoa and brown rice. Got some little garlic flavoring in it. These are real simple. You put them in a microwave. You can see it there for 90 seconds. You just pop the top, 90 seconds, and they're ready to go. Okay, and they're actually pretty good. Okay, they are pretty good. So I'll probably go through a whole one of these. You may not be able to eat a whole one, but I'll down one pretty quick. Okay, so just to give you a visual there of that. So I'm going to pull back up. There we go. So by now you should have your lunch carb as well as your dinner carb as well. Okay. Now let's go ahead and pick ourselves and let's talk about our breakfast carb. Now, the easiest thing that everybody's going to do over the next 30 days is just going to be fruit. Okay. You can do either one of the items that I just showed you, like with the oats, but the easiest thing is going to be fruits. Okay. Berries, strawberries, blueberries, again, green apples, like I was pointing out here, are all going to be okay. Okay. All of those are going to be okay. All right. So let's move along here to our fats. Okay. All right. So do this for me right here, just to make sure everybody's following along here. So if you will go ahead and just drop a 1 in the chat, if you have so far the carb, protein, and the veggie, if you have all 3 of those for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. If you do not, drop a 2. If you have a 1, just drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't, drop a 2. Because I got 14 people on the call, well, including myself. Let's see here. Let me get these 2 guys in. All right. So if you're lacking, for those of you that put a 2, go ahead and put which one you're lacking in. Go ahead and put which one you're lacking in. And so I can help you get that real quick. If you just put a C for the carb. Okay. If you're missing a carb on any of the meals, so for breakfast, primarily we're choosing fruits. Okay, we're choosing fruits for our breakfast carb. For our lunch and dinner carb, okay, we're looking down here in the bottom left, kind of where you see this red circle that I'm doing here. You have the quinoa that you can choose from, which I just showed you an example of that. You have the oats, okay, that you can use for your carb for breakfast. You can have brown rice. Buckwheat, for those of you who don't have a clue what buckwheat is, basically it's just another version of you can use for oatmeal. Okay, you would buy it at Corner Market too as well. It ain't gonna have that at Walmart. At least that's my knowledge. But it's just basically it's just like oatmeal. Okay, or the oats I just showed you. You would season it the same. Okay. All right. So now we should have that by now. Now let's talk about some fats. Let's look at our lunch here first. Okay, if you have lunch here first, let's go ahead and look at our lunch fat. Now, fats are, of course, you can always use your oils, of course. Your oils are fine, but you have avocados here, which is obviously a fat. Those are some, I got some in the refrigerator right now. Another form of your fats is your unsweet nut and seed and plant-based milks. Now, for everybody here, if you have never had any nut milk, such as almond milk or cashew milk or flaxseed milk, they do have these things at Walmart, and they also have them at Corner Market too as well. My personal favorite so far, and this is coming from a person who was born and raised on dairy milk, whole milk, and 2% milk like most of us were, that almond milk is busting. Okay, that almond milk is good. It is very good. Okay, it is very good. I will give that a 10 out of 10. That is what I'll probably do that even after the 30 days for my oatmeal. It's better than dairy. It is very good. Okay. Very, very good. I've gone through 3.5 gallons already. So somebody asked about flavored nut milks, and what do you mean by flavored? So some of them have vanilla. That does almond milk is almond milk. Keep it that simple. Don't make it any harder than that. Almond milk is almond milk. If it's chocolate, it's still chocolate almond milk. If it's vanilla, it's vanilla almond milk. If it's original, it's original almond milk. It's almond milk is almond. We're gonna keep it that simple. We'll not overthink this thing. Okay. All right. So right, yeah. So that's what I have now. I have the original and I have the vanilla. It's all almond milk to me. Okay. We're not gonna make it any harder to get. So, but good question though. Good question. All right. So now we should have our fat selected. We talked about the avocado. Of course, we have our seed and nut milks. Nut, seed, and plant-based milks, that is. Of course, you can also do your olive oil. If you look down here to the bottom right, it says butter from a pasture-raised grass-fed cow. Just everybody just buy Kerrygold butter, because that's already what that is. Just buy Kerrygold butter. You can buy it at Sam's, any store has that. Kerrygold butter, KERRYGOLD, Kerrygold butter. It already has qualifies as those things right there. Okay. All right. So we should have our fats for lunch and dinner. For breakfast, same things will qualify. Same things will qualify. Okay. Now I have a screenshot of this. I'm going to screenshot it to everybody when we're done with this call. Okay. So everybody will have a vote. Now it's important to know what we are eating, but it's also important to know, obviously, what we do need to avoid. Okay. For those of you that hopped on a little bit late as well, as far as the only rule here, the main rule is if it ain't on the list, don't eat it. Okay. It's not on the list, don't eat it. Okay. No substitutions for this particular one, because it is indeed a detox. And so when we change the variables, we change, let me just go full screen with this thing. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So going back to the avoid list, which is on the right-hand side. Okay. And again, feel free to still drop questions in the chat. They're popping up on my end, and I can see them there if you have a question as I'm going through this. Let's see, I'm trying to annotate here. There we go. All right. So the avoid list: dairy, no dairy. Okay. No dairy. So that means regular milk is out the window. Okay. No dairy. No gluten. Okay. So when I'm buying my oats in particular, or my buckwheat, for those of you that want to go, I'm actually going to buy me some. I mean, because I like oatmeal. So it needs to say gluten-free on it. Okay. Soy. You can turn over the item or any item that's going to have a nutrition label on it and look at the ingredients. And if it says soy of any kind, that's a no-no. I got to leave it there. Coffee and caffeinated teas. Okay. That's going to be a no-no for the next 30 days as well. Okay. For those of you that ordered the supplements that have the fizz, this is going to be your coffee substitute. For those of you that didn't order that, you still have time, okay, to do that. It's just take about a week to go in, and just be blunt with you. You'll probably go through some initial withdrawals if you're an everyday coffee person. You just have to have that. But I promise you, the science backs it up that you will be better after these 30 days. Okay. Okay. Nope. No coffee, period. Okay. No coffee, period. All coffee is going out the window. All tea is going out the window. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but you can do it though. All alcohol. Okay. Wine included. Okay. Alcohol is going to be out the window. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, but wine has alcohol in it. So no alcohol. White potatoes. There's going to be red potatoes as well as brown potatoes. So no potatoes. Corn and products with ingredients derived from corn, including popcorn. So it's just going to be, again, looking at your label of ingredients. And then if you just made your list, your menu with us, you've already crossed off most of this stuff anyway. But corn and products with corn, that's going to be a no-no. Peanuts and peanut butter, it's going to be a no-no as well. Sugar and most syrups, including agave syrup. For those of you that want a sweetener, I'll be honest with you, just use honey. That's what I'm using. That's what I just put in my oatmeal. It's delicious. Okay, honey is okay. Okay, it's a great natural sweetener. Artificial sweeteners. So this would be things like, let's see here. Well, it just when you're looking at your drinks, mainly is where this one is going to come in to play. Any artificial sweeteners, I'm looking at my nutrition label, look at the ingredients. If I see maltodextrin, if I see what's the sucralose, I did a video on this in the Facebook group. Okay, if I see fructose, if I see my mind is going blank here on those. Let's see. No T period. No T period. No T period. Okay. Let's see. But any artificial sweeteners there are going to be a no-no. Things that I would put like in my water to try to sweeten it up, this will be a no-no. So all fruits not only enjoy list are all fruits not only enjoy list unless you're exercising. So for us, because we all are exercising, just omit this point right here. Pork, no pork. Okay. No pork. Okay. No processed meats. Again, just a quick hitter on that. Again, pre-cooked turkey sausages, pre-cooked patties from, Walmart or things that are already frozen and have a long shelf life. Those are all processed meats. The meats, like in the butcher section of a store, because we've all seen that. When you're not going to buy that package of meat if you see it's turning brown, they're already in the cooler, right? We're not going to buy that. So those are the type of meats that we want, though, the ones that are already fresher. Okay, already fresher. Okay, no. So if it's, I want, and because Jalen probably check it. Hey, you'll actually see on a label too as well. Okay, it'll actually say minimally processed. Okay, just look, it's in small fine print. Okay, just look at your ingredient. It'll tell you if it's processed or not. But the fresher the meat, the better. Okay, fresher the meat, the better. Let's see, farm raised fish. So for all of you guys that want to buy salmon or salmon, however you want to pronounce that, with salmon is okay. But here's the thing, if you go to Walmart or Sam's, primarily where I shop, there's a little label that you can find. Let me get that for you guys here real quick. Actually, let me just go grab the salmon I bought so y'all can see what I'm talking about. All right, so give me a second here. All right, so here, you'll look here. Oops, upside down, sorry. So this is Alaskan marinated salmon. Now, usually if you've been to Sam's before or something of the sort, you'll see salmon fillets, but usually in the corner, this is not the label I'm talking about, but usually in the corner on that bag, there'll be like like 3 fish going in a circle, and it will say farm raised. Those are things for this detox that you want to stay away from. Quick note on why, because, and this is what makes tilapia so bad, especially in our region of the country, because in catfish, because they're mostly farm raised, which means the practices can potentially not be good for you. And I just feed them a bunch of junk, and then they kill the fish and ship it to you, and then you eat the junk that the fish ate, because you are what you eat. Okay, right? So that makes sense. So here's it. I bought these from Sam's. They were actually literally just two frozen doors down from what you might normally buy. Okay, and also too as well. Here's the grass-fed beef. I need to thaw it out now. Grass-fed beef. It says organic ground beef, grass-fed. Okay. So for those of you just have a visual, again, this is bought from Sam's. They have them at Walmart too. I just wanted them in more bulk because I don't want to buy one. Okay. I wanted to buy more of them. Okay. So just so everybody can see that. Okay. Drop a 1 in the chat if that helps you with that visual. Drop a 1 in the chat there for me. Just make sure I'm not helping everybody. Here's a 1. Good. Okay. I'll make sure everybody's getting this information. Okay. Because our whole goal here after these 30 days, again, is a smaller stomach. Okay. We want a smaller stomach. We want more energy. Okay. We want to get rid of bloating, all these different things. I want you to come out better than this than you went into it. Okay. Better than this than you went into it. All right. So we talked about processed meats. We said farm raised fish, none of that. Non-cage free. Again, on the egg carton, it will literally say free range. Okay. It will spell that out for you. It'll say free range chicken or free range eggs. It will spell it out. Nitrates. If you're buying fresh meat, you don't have to worry about this, but nitrates normally come in some of your like turkey bacon and turkey sausages. I think what's Butterball? That's what it is. Butterball has turkey bacon, and turkey sausage has nitrates in it, so that's why I don't buy it. Vinegar, okay, no vinegar except raw natural apple cider vinegar. Okay, that'll flush you out too, by the way, for just the FYI for everybody. Let's see here. No MSG. Again, we got all fresh foods anyway. You don't have to worry about that one. Soups and soup bases, except for approved broths that you can enjoy as well. Okay. All right, folks. So we've gone over the enjoy list. We've gone over the avoid list. Okay. Now, we talk about this a lot. Because you're cutting out a lot of things, the tendency is, and this is what I've experienced with my first couple of weeks here, is my protein intake dropped significantly. Just for some context here. Now, my body's, of course, as you would imagine, a little bit different. But at the same time, the principle is still the same in that if I don't eat, my body's going to shrink. Going into this on January 3rd, which is the first Monday, I was 177 pounds. In the first 3 days, I dropped about 7 pounds because my protein intake dropped significantly. Okay. So because of the volume, I'm working out and the energy that I'm expending, I'm burning usually about 1,200 calories a day just off of movement alone. That's not even including the other body functions, etc. So I have to keep that up or I'm going to shrink. Okay. So if you see my shirt shrinking on me, well, getting big on me, that's probably was why. But here are some protein shakes for you. And again, this link, I dropped it in the chat for you guys. Okay. So if you missed that, I'll drop that again for you here in just a minute. But you can go through all of these later. But those of you that have the supplements, you can see the different vanilla proteins and such that'll be coming with your supplements if you don't already have them, as well as your chocolate proteins as well. You can see all of that here. I'm not going to go through every of these one by one. I just kind of want to show you what's in here. You have chocolate proteins, coffee proteins, for those of you that ordered the coffee flavored vanilla recipe. You also got some recipes in here as well. Now, I gave you guys an outline of kind of what already here, but if you want to get creative and kind of get a little funky with it, hey, go right ahead. I don't mind at all. Okay. I don't mind at all. Here's some grab and go snacks that are in that link. So when you click on it, for those of you that want some quick or whatever the case may be, here you go right here. Veggies and hummus, green apple and almond butter, celery and almond butter, fresh berries, gluten-free. So here's your whole list here, right here. Okay. And then also some ingredients here for you as far as your protein bars, if you want to make them homemade. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go through this whole thing. This thing's pretty thick. It's got a lot of pages. I'm only halfway through the book, but I'm just kind of flipping through here to just show you what's in this link. Okay. Here's some other things, some other recipes for you that you can have. Here's what my intention by showing you guys is this. To one, make it simple for your first week. That's why we did it on the front end. So you already have that taken care of. Now that you have this link going into week 2, which will be obviously the following week, you have these recipes and things that you can be looking at during the week. Of course, I'm going to help each and every person with this as much as I can to help you plan these things out. Okay. Turkey chili, zesty quinoa salad, black beans quinoa burgers, coconut fish. Okay. Steak, peppers, and mushrooms. I'm not a mushroom crusher. My wife is, but let y'all have that one. Okay. But anyway, again, I'm dropping this in there for you guys so you can see that. So let me do that one more time for the people who may have missed that earlier. Okay. I'm dropping this in the chat right now. Make sure you bookmark this link. Okay. Uh-oh. I lose it. Here it is. Let's see. And boom. Okay, I just dropped that in the chat. Okay, I'll also send it out via message to everybody when we're done, just so everybody has that. Okay, now I want to spend the last 8 minutes or so on talking about these supplements. And again, if through this process, guys, you decide, hey, I'm going to need that, especially for you coffee people, especially with the fizzes. Okay, go through these each individually here. Let me get all these out. I'm going to go through these pretty quick, and then I'm going to open the floor for some more questions here. Make sure I got everything. Okay, now I got the full kit. Some of you have the full kit, some of you don't. But the main hitters here, let me start with for the coffee people, these fizzes. So these are just little sticks, okay, just little fizz sticks, just little energies. This is your, where's my camera? This is your coffee substitute, okay? With these, you can take up to 3 a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, okay? You can take up to 3 a day, simple as that, okay? Your fizzes. All right, so you got your fizzes here. Now for those, the green, the detox tea, okay, just one of these a day, okay, just one of these a day. It says pour, and these are all like 8 ounces of water, guys. It's like a regular cup of water at your cabinet or a coffee cup. It's about as much as you need there. These are, you can do up to 3 a day as needed. These are 1 a days for your detox. It's just for, again, for those of you that ordered the supplements, and for those of you that didn't, again, if you say, you know what, I think I might get that, just let me know. Of course, we'll get that for you. This is the other cleanse here. It's another detox or gentle cleanse here. This is just a 1 a dayer as well. It says add 1 packet to 30. Now this is a little bit more water. Add 1 packet to 32 ounces of warm water, or and shake. Drink mixture throughout the day. Do not exceed the recommended intake of 1 packet. So do this right here. 1 a days, 3 a day, or as needed. These are your greens here. Okay. These are just, you can do this just a scoop a day as well. This is also another 1 a day. This is your mind focus. I really like this one. Okay. This is another 1 a day. Which one is this one? This is another 1 a day. So these are all your 1 a days here. You can do them in the morning with water or with food or without, doesn't matter, either one. Okay. If you have a very sensitive stomach to new things, I would highly suggest you just do it at lunch. Okay. Just do it at lunch. And I say highly suggest like you're going to be running to the bathroom. I didn't run to the bathroom. I peed a lot. Okay. I did pee a lot. I'm going to just tell you that. Like I was downing water and going pretty often. And still am going pretty often. But other than that, like, it's not like, oh my God, every 5 minutes I'm having to go sit on toilet. Like it's not that, guys. So don't freak out about that. Okay. Don't freak out about that. These are the main ones here for those of you that ordered the supplements. And even if you just got 1 or 2 of these or 3 of these are all, again, just 1 a dayers. This is the only one that you'd be taking more than once. And again, you can take it with or without food. Either one, it does not matter. But if you're just a person that's just normally sensitive to different stuff, just take it with food. Just take it with food. Don't make it any more simple than that. And you can just take these all with water. Okay, all with water. Now, I don't have my protein powder right here next to me. It's in the cabinet. But for those of you that ordered the vegan protein powder, just 2 scoops. 2 scoops is 1 serving. So, and now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. My wife loves it. Okay, my wife loves the protein powder. Okay, she's got the coffee, she's got chocolate, and she's got milk. She loves all 3 of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. It did not fit my taste. Okay, her friend that also works out with us loves the protein powder, and anybody else those are just 2 I've heard about. The others may not have come in yet. I don't know. But just for me personally, I didn't personally like it. So I'm just getting my protein in through I'm just eating more grass-fed beef, salmon, things like that. Okay. So here's what she would say as far as with that. She had, and because she told me this, she had 2 scoops of the vanilla with like berries, strawberries, different things like that for taste. Mixed it with some, she had unsweet almond milk. It used to be sweet or unsweet, doesn't matter. But with so you can write that down real quick if you want to. For those of you that got that powder, it was just some fruits, 2 scoops, and some almond milks, unsweet almond milk. She likes the unsweet. I like the sweet. Okay. Again, either or okay though. Either or okay. Okay. So just the FYI for that. So if you have it and you're like, oh, I don't know, but then just up your protein intake. Okay, just up your protein intake. Okay. Everybody got that? No, I'm gonna open the floor. I got 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. Go ahead and drop me some questions in the chat if you have some. Okay. Go ahead and drop some questions in the chat. I'm gonna give you some questions here. Just looking at your list, you should have a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner menu already prepared out by now. We just went over that. But if you have questions about it or not clear about something, okay.
Can I take all the products that you showed in one time in a day?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. They're all, you can take them all together if you want to, or just space them out. It doesn't matter, because with the fizz, kind of like this, the fizzes. I mean, most people take their coffee. What do they do? First thing in the morning, get to work. Well, then you just replace that with your fizz. I honestly did this happened just a couple of days ago. I was sitting at my desk and typing, and my head was, and so I went and got me a fizz. Probably about 5-10 minutes later, I could tell I was more alert. It's like the sleep just kind of just went away. So that's why I just do these as needed. Like I still got a ton in here because I don't take them a bunch, but I just take them as needed because I don't need them a bunch. But
okay,
yes. All right, good question there. The Mind Focus supplement, right here you go, right here. Okay. It's just like a focus, just helps you focus. That's all. Gets your concentration and your focus. Okay. And again, this is just a one a day, or you kind of see it right there. Okay. Add one. See if I can focus up. Come on, focus thing. Focus. Well, I'm trying to get it focused. He said add 1 pack to 4 ounces of water there. So yeah, just one packet. Okay. Again, I usually do this one too. If I'm feeling a little sleepy, just going to take one of these two. Okay. Any other questions here? I got 1 minute, 26 seconds for it. Zoom cuts me out. Okay. Now, guys, as always, just want to give you some word of encouragement with this. Okay. Again, I started this on the 3rd because as a kind of a guinea pig to kind of work some kinks out and just make sure I could give you guys real life. This is what it is. The biggest struggle that I had right out of the gate was I wasn't prepared. I did not meal prep that previous weekend. Okay. I'm telling you, that's what you need to do today or tomorrow. If you don't do that, it's going to be a struggle come Monday. Okay. Go meal prep. Make it happen. All right. Y'all have a great Saturday. I'll drop the links and everything in the Facebook group, and I'm going to send you a message. All right. Y'all have a good one.